For me as an actor, it did feel kind of weird because the faces were, though, you know, you come into a new set, literally, like everyone was really new, and it was just like, oh. I felt a little bit like Steven did when he came back after he was gone for a while, and everyone was kind of, we kind of had inside jokes that he wasn't a part of a little bit, and they kind of had like this little camaraderie that I wasn't a part of, and I was just like, oh, no more OTA. But they were great. The adjustment happened very, very quickly, and now we're having fun.
Cool helmet. We didn't know if it had been tweaked a little bit.
It's been majorly tweaked. Originally, this was to be like a Star Lab creation, but now I'm understanding that I think there's going to be a Star Lab kind of Felicity, some other people worked on it combination, and I don't know if they've completely figured that out either. But originally that was the pitch, that you're going to get a new helmet and Cisco over a Star. There's actually a scene when I cross over in the King Shark episode of Flash, and we have a brief moment where he asked me, how do you like the helmet? I said, I need some tweaks, and he's like, I'm working on it. And that's kind of connecting us to this season where you'd see a completely new mask. And we haven't quite gotten into what the mask does yet, but I talked to Mark, and he said it definitely has X-ray vision. Okay. He said that there's a lot of stuff he can do, and we'll get into that later on in the season.
Do you get to spend more time with the other new recruits moving forward?
I do, but Wild Dog and I form a kind of special relationship. He's a former military guy, like I am. He also has some post-traumatic stress syndrome as well. So there's kind of a similarity in their background. So I think we kind of take to each other in a real way. We have some really, really nice scenes, he and I particularly. So the new recruits, I do get to kind of fraternize a bit with them, I guess, but Wild Dog and Diggle really hit it off. I think Diggle's kind of a yo to everybody a little bit, you know what I mean? I think kind of that's kind of a role he kind of falls into naturally. He's kind of the oldest of the group, and just kind of falls into that mentor role. So yeah, he does. Though last season I think Steven or Oliver and Diggle kind of switched roles a bit. Diggle was a bit compromised with how he felt with his brother. Oliver could see through the fog, and Diggle really couldn't, which was kind of a reversal of their roles. But for the most part, I think he does kind of serve as a mentor, kind of an older voice, and definitely does with the new recruits.
So does this mean that the OTA is done, or still?
I don't know. That's the powers that be question, but I don't think so, because I mean we get back to it. But you know, I like that they're breathing new life into the show and bringing new characters in, and they're all interesting. They're all awesome, and there's more stuff to come with these characters. So no, I like that. I don't think we're done with OTA though. I think that's kind of the bedrock of the show. I don't think I'm misspeaking when I say that. But you know, it's good. I think when we talked about this at the beginning of the season, I think it's really, and I think we're really kind of getting into just kind of seeing that it's what we talked about at the beginning of the season, which is the show getting back to the season 1, season 2 kind of feeling of a real kind of nuts and bolts thug, street level crime fighting show, which I think the show kind of got away from. And these characters serve that. I think some of that Diggle needs to hear. Diggle needs some of his own medicine right now, just like he did last season. We're still dealing with that. I think we still see some of the remnants of that role reversal, right? Where Oliver's kind of serving as a mentor, a helpful hand, a kind of reasonable voice for Diggle, who's still in grief. It's not just his brother, it's Canary, because I mean, you could probably draw a straight line between his choices and Canary's death, in trusting his brother, who betrayed him. So there's still some of that, you know, him feeling as if he deserves this punishment. And Oliver, though Felicity was like, yeah, he let him stay there, which was very interesting, right? It's an interesting choice that they made with Felicity. But yeah, you're still going to see some of that. So there's still remnants of last season where this kind of mentor student kind of relationship, it's a bit of a reverse. When it's changed his life a little bit. And you know, I think there's still some play out they have to do with the whole Argus thing and Lila being the head of that after hopefully Diggle gets exonerated, and what happened over there in Chechnya, we have to play that out. So there's a lot of loose ends. You know, not to mention the fact that he still has some recovery to do emotionally.
This is the longest I think we've gone without seeing Felicity and Diggle really check in with each other. Is that
Yeah.
something we're going to get to see in the next few episodes?
Yeah, Delicity, right? What do you call it? Delicity.
Full
What was that?
Full legal.
Oh.
That's good. I don't know. Yeah, I hope so. Right? I hope you get to see more, just three of them more in general. You know, I think the show really misses. You know, there was. I remember watching the show in the first and second season, and there was like an assignment they'll go on, and Felicity would be at the helm, and then Oliver and Diggle would be like in the field, and she'll be controlling things and open up doors that shouldn't be opened up by a computer. And that was so much fun, right? When you watch that, I miss that a little bit. So I hope we kind of get more of that. But there's 23 episodes, and that's a lot of writing. It's a lot of work. 9 months we're shooting this show, so it's there's a big story to tell. Now you have more characters to tell this story. So I think they'll get back to that. And that again is a more of a producer question. But like I said before, I don't think I'm misspeaking in that. I think the show does really hinge on those three and that relationship between the three. I think they'll get well, you know something. It's funny too, because when he gets out back in the field, it was funny because when I first saw him get back in the field, I was just like, I called him Mark and Wendy, and I was like, I think Diggle has to really be the shit when he gets back out in the field. And the new recruits need to know that. They need to come correct and recognize. You know what I mean? Like recognize the juice. And I'm completely serious. And they're like, yeah, you're right, you do. So they rewrote the scene, and they're like, it's so funny now, and I hope it makes the cut. They're like, the new recruits are like, oh, he's so badass. Love it. I think what's great about Diggle is that he's the guy you can depend on. Kind of, it's been less of that probably last season and part of this season, but for the most part, he's the guy you can depend on to just cut straight to the chase. He's a bad guy. He needs to be taken down, and that's it. Oliver's the one that kind of struggles with, oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. But Diggle's always the one that's like, listen, he's a criminal. We need to take him out. Don't necessarily kill him, but he needs to go. So the reason why the strange things like the king sharks and the wonderment that Diggle has when he sees this, the wonderment that he has when he sees Flash work so well, is because we go at the great strides to make him kind of the straight guy. So when you have those moments, they become much bigger, right? So his reaction to Prometheus is the same as it was with Dark, the same as it was with all our other villains. He needs to be taken out. That's simple. Diggle's the straight guy. You can depend on that.